Okay, number 22, we have Trevor, Robert, and Maurice making some paper airplanes, and they want to see how far they will fly. The distance from Trevor to Robert is 13.5. So let's start at T, and let's go to R. Let's call that distance 13.5 feet. Then it says the distance from Robert to Maurice is 14.2, and then it says the distance from Maurice back to Trevor is 6.6. They want us to find the measure of the three angles in the triangle. So they want these three angles. Well, we have three sides, so we can find three angles using the law of cosines. So here's how we would set this up. I'm going to call this, actually let's zoom in real quick. So I'm going to call this little r, I'm going to call this little m, and I'm going to call this little t. And let's just say we're going to solve for, I don't know, angle r first. So we would do this. Law of cosines formula would look like this. R squared equals t squared plus m squared minus 2tm cosine r. And now let's just plug everything in. Well, r squared, r is 6.6. 6.6 squared equals t squared. Well, t is 14.2. M squared, m is 13.5. Minus 2 times 14.2 times 13.5. I'm running out of room, so at the end there I'm going to multiply that by cosine r. Okay, let's get this down a little bit simpler. 6.6 squared is 43.56. 14.2 squared plus, I'm going to do both of these, plus 13.5 squared is 383.89. So that's both of these right there. And then minus 2 times 14.2 times 13.5. So 2 times 14.2 times 13.5 is 383.4. And then that's still multiplied by cosine r. So we could subtract this 383.89 from both sides. And we would get 43.56 minus 383.89 is negative 340.33 equals 383.4 cosine r. Okay, we're almost there. Let's divide, and there should be a little negative sign there because there's a minus sign there. Let's divide both sides by negative 383.4, 383 there, negative 383.4. So negative 340.33 divided by negative 383.4 is 0.88766, and then 30151 equals cosine r. Okay, the last thing here is we need to take the arc cosine of both sides to get the r all by itself. So we have the arc cosine of 0.88766 equals r. Plug that into my calculator. Second cosine of all of that. And I get that r is 27.4. I'll just say 42. Okay, all of that to just find r. So there's angle r. Now here's the problem. I still have to use law of sines to find another angle here. So I'm just going to set that up and let you guys figure out what to do from there. So now that I have r, and I moved it over here, I can set up sine of r, which is 27.42, over the side r, which is 6.6. Set that equal to the sine of, say, m. Set that over side m, which is 13.5. Multiply both sides by 13.5. So that cancels out. Take the arc sine of both sides to get m all by itself. So you get sine, or arc sine, of 13.5 sine 27.42 all over 6.6. That will equal my m. So now I'm ready to take it to my calculator. And And you're going to want to make sure that you put parentheses all over the place. So like I'd put parentheses here and here, here and here, here and here. And my calculator lets me put in a division bar, but you might just have to put in a division sign. So I can actually put a fraction in my calculator, but that's not true for every calculator. So when I plug all this in, I get that m equals 70.38. Okay, now I have that r is 27.42, m is 70.38, and I can add those together, subtract their sum of those two angles from 180, and I get that angle T has to be 82.2. And there we go. There's all the angles of the triangle now.